Hi guys, welcome back to this channel. That is what happens when you're shooting a video at home, and you did not you're not given an alert to everybody. Okay. So that's normal. Welcome back to this channel. My name is Cess.
And my name is Jill. And guys, we're back together, doing video again together. So welcome back.
So today we want to talk about it's something so many people have different opinions about. So right now, at least we're both mothers. Before I used to talk and Jill is like, seriously?
What are you talking about?
That is what happens.
Really?
So at least today we are on the same page. We can share some things about having babies. So Jill had her baby through a CS, and I had my baby through vaginal birth. And this is it's a topic that people talk about every single day. And I think there's so much misconceptions around it. One thing I want to say is being a mother is beautiful. Journeys are different. There's no easy one and there's no tough, because one thing I know is having a baby is a special thing.
It's a special thing, yes. And I don't know why, the reason why people oftenly they say that
CS is easy,
CS is easy. You just go there and just be cut and the baby is out.
And I think maybe now you can be able to talk about it,
because at least I have the experience.
People who had their babies through vaginal birth, we have to go through the labor pains. And one thing I know about people who have babies through CS is, some people normally have an emergency CS. So meaning you go through labor first and then you go have your baby. Then I know there are a group of moms who some have made a choice to go through CS, but some people go through CS because of different reasons, like yourself. So do you have labor pains?
No. Surprisingly, me, I didn't have labor pains, and I went to the hospital early enough before I had the labor pains. Okay. Because as you can remember, I was waiting to deliver through vaginal birth, and when I went to the hospital, they told me I had an underlying cause, so I couldn't deliver through vaginal birth. Which some people call normal delivery, and I don't know why they call it normal delivery.
That this looks like abnormal,
Like now, yes, now ours is now abnormal.
Looks abnormal,
and when it comes to vaginal, just say vaginal and CS.
Yes, sure.
So me, I was anticipating to do the vaginal birth. But surprisingly, I didn't have. And the good thing is, I didn't labor, and I don't know what labor seems or feels like, and I have a baby.
So I think that is why some people say it's easier, but I know there are tough points of the CS
very tough
that you can compare to labor. Because for me, I can also say my labor was not as thorough. No,
even before you start your labor story, let me tell you, when I had the CS, I was even wishing I could have done, or I could have given birth through the vagina, because at times when I give birth through the vagina, they're like, I wish I could give birth through the CS. They don't know the underlying factors, and
that's why you were here to tell us, like, if I'm having my next baby, what if I had a choice, what would I go for? But one thing is,
I mean, if I had a choice next time, and I don't want to.
You're already thinking of next time. That is the beauty of having a baby.
You forget quite quickly.
Yeah, so for me, it is the labor bit.
Labor, okay.
And I know people labor even for days. There are people who labor for more than a week.
Yeah.
So I labored for 1 hour, but not 1 hour. 1 thorough hour. My labor was thorough. And then you're saying really, because
some ladies' labors are not thorough.
No, mine was like, it was supposed to be for 1 week, then it was contracted to 1 hour. So I felt all the pain. I felt all the pain within that particular time.
But
and I was like,
strong. There's no pain that you can
handle. So I think for the vaginal bit, that is the worst pain. And then after that, you're kushonwa.
Even before the pain, you don't see, like, you went to the hospital first, or the pain?
I didn't have pain. Okay, I had slight pains. For me, I thought labor pains were serious, like they were very painful. So when I started having my contractions, I thought this is not as serious.
I can manage this.
Yeah, so I relaxed.
Why are ladies whining about this?
And I've seen people even climbing on top of trees. So on
top of trees? Where?
At home. My grandma used to be for some time. So we used to see people do crazy things. So I was expecting something worse.
I was just exaggerating anyway.
Seriously? No.
They
used to do that.
Which energy do you?
I almost went under the bed. So you don't say it. So I went to the hospital when I had my contractions, but they were not as serious. I started having my contractions early in the morning, around 6. But I just said I'm not going to the hospital to sleep for days. So I went to the hospital in the evening at 6 when people are saying you're going to have your baby here and we're not going to help you. So I decided, let me just go and check if it's anything serious. So when I got to the hospital, they said, not yet. But
they check if you are dilated.
Yeah. They said the dilation, it was not yet, but then again, inaitwa njia kujifungua. Like it was already open, so I could not go back home.
So the dilation now.
Whatever it is.
Alright.
So they told me you're going to wait because it was around 6. I got admitted and they told me probably it's your firstborn, expecting a girl. And this one is going to come.
There's this thing that medics love saying at your first time. These are preemie. I don't know what terms.
First time mom. I think they also know you have a lot of expectations, but you've never been there, so they're just trying to give suggestions about how yours is going to
happen.
Be. So I was told 2 a.m. So I was there doing my studies, waiting for 2 a.m. I had pains, but they were not serious. Like maybe So I was like, let me just relax because people were running mad inside there. I already got in there. But there were women who were already in labor, and I was sitting there and saying.
So you already booked in the labor room?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm there in the labor room. Then I think started at around
9 p.m.
My friend. Then I said, I'm a heavy sleeper. So I tried sleeping.
You can't sleep?
I tried sleeping. I could not go down. Because the pain was like there was something sharp on the bed. So because I left in a hurry and people were like, okay, what is wrong with you? So I left. I decided, let me walk around this place.
Yeah. And I hear walking helps, by the way. So unlike you, at least with you went when you were in labor. So here's my situation. I'm being told, come tomorrow, we book you in for the CS. Now you start Googling, trying to find out what CS is, because initially you already prepared for the vaginal delivery. Now it's quite scary because here's a situation whereby you're trusting yourself with the medics who are there. Like you're trusting your life with them, because at the end of the day, it's either you can make it or you won't make it. Because remember, you're signing consent. You have to sign for your life.
And I think that is the most scary part of it.
Yes. At least with the labor, when you imagine you're there, at least you're laboring.
And I think something else that people have really complained about the CS delivery is that what is it called? The anesthesia.
Well, that thing. Don't even go there. Let me just talk about the fact that the anticipation, like you don't know what to expect. Here's a situation whereby you're trusting your life with somebody.
The doctor.
It's just a doctor. They're going to rip your stomach off. You don't know where the duodenum or whatever things are.
And there's so many things they say sometimes. Some people are
they leave Cotonou, they leave things down there.
It's always scary.
So it's always very, very scary. At least with the vaginal birth, you could be like, I'm going to tear at least the pain. And with the pain, I think somebody anaanza kuimagine the pain even from the conception. you start preparing yourself.
Actually, the good thing about vaginal birth is you get over it so easily. Like so easily. When I saw my baby, but I wouldn't say I fell in love with my baby or sweet baby. No, that thing never happened to me. I think I just learned to say, okay, now come on, let's learn to do this. But the moment I had my baby, I was relieved. See that kind of relief. And even when they were after that, I didn't feel so much pain. So I think with vaginal birth, after that now, recovery of the vagina, which you'll do maybe a week or 2, but mine I think lasted 4 or 5 days.
And another thing even about the vaginal birth, which I have to commend guys about, at least that time when people are laboring, I think that's the hardest part. But when the baby is out, when I was in the room, there's a certain lady, we were two ladies who were operated, and then there's one who started laboring from about 11 p.m. and then she delivered at around 5 in the morning. But from 6, she was just okay. You know us, really, after the operation, you start learning things. The recovery journey. Remember, you can't even walk straight. You start walking like Zinjanthropus. You can't even walk straight.
I know, by the way, with vaginal birth, you really recover easily, and that is why we have all the time to tie our stuff. By the way, Jill doesn't have a stomach. No, she can't. But then the jeans, by the way, she doesn't have, because me at 2 months, I remember my mom asking me, "Are you still pregnant?" And I said, no, just relax. It will go. If it doesn't go, then that is it for life.
But it went, you okay?
Yeah, it went away. So I think with us, it's so easy. The recovery is the process is a bit easy. Because you can still do so much. When you've recovered, now you can still take care of the baby. But you guys, you have a wound after that.
Yeah. And like, yes, now, I think with you, with the vaginal birth, you feel the pain before the delivery.
Yes.
But us now, it's after.
And the problem with after is the baby is here. You are here, you are learning everything,
and everything is just all over the place. Your boobs are leaking. I mean, like, there are a lot of things, you guys, like, you can't even want to handle them, you know.
I can imagine. That's why
That's why people have the postpartum depression.
Yeah, but that also happens for both. Because another thing, one thing that these two things have in common is you've just had a baby. There's so many changes emotionally. There's so many changes in your body. You're still trying to know how to live around this small human being, you know. So that is what really causes the postpartum.
So first time.
Especially when you're a first-time mom. Even though even second-time moms do have the depression, but when you're a first-time mom, it's worse. Things are just happening and you don't even understand. The good thing about also normal delivery, okay, it's just the speedy recovery. And then there's something else people talk about.
About CS
and vaginal birth. People say when you have your baby through the vagina, your vagina gets bigger because of that. Because of the contractions. And then they say now, because they were saying that people are going for CS because there will be no change. Then I learned that it still have to. The vagina has to be affected. Whether you're having, it's true. I just learned the somebody shared it on a Facebook page.
Okay.
And then she was like, she had a baby through CS.
Because your body was getting ready.
Yes, so, and that is a part of it, you know. And then she said, now the husband is complaining or something. People have issues outside here. So, and people are like, no, if you didn't have your baby through vagina, then it can't be affected. No, somebody saying.
So that's the reason
it has both people, if you're having your baby through a CS or through the vagina has to be affected. So go for your Kegels, go for your whatever it is. That you tighten. So I think there's so many things around it, but one thing I appreciate is it's a beautiful thing, and when you experience, you really get to know there's nothing easy about having babies. So whether you're going for a CS, whether you're going for the vaginal birth, but really, if it were you, if you were to make a choice, what would you have gone for? If it was all for you to decide, would you have gone for the before pain or the after pain?
Before pain. I'd rather give you the before pain because afterwards, I thought even I was dying.
I remember I called you and...
Afterwards, you know, let me tell you one thing. You know, when you're being operated, there's the anesthesia thing.
Yes.
You don't feel anything, like at all, you're numb. But after 6 hours, when the medicine starts wearing off, I mean, I was even shivering. They had to bring me the room heaters, at least for me to cool off. I was shivering. Like, there's a certain cold. Even afterwards, even from the hospital, the period between like 2 weeks, when I'm from the shower, I have to put a heater on because my body...
To warm you up.
Yeah, to warm me up.
Do you know that happens also with normal birth?
Really? Okay.
Like, I knew it before I went to the hospital because I think before I had my baby, I'd seen so many people having babies. And you know, I'm asthmatic. So I was sure if there's going to be that thorough cold, then I will die of asthma. So I just told those people before going in, I went with my blanket, with my Masai shuka. Yes,
I wasn't.
I went to the Masai shuka and I told those guys, please, when I have my baby, just cover me whether I'm in blood or what, because I fear that cold. And plus I have an underlying condition. If I'm supposed to go into an attack right now, it will miss it. So by the way, I never felt the cold, but I went prepared.
So number one is that cold.
Yeah. So I think both people, there's a way the baby makes you feel warm. You know, the amniotic fluid.
At least the baby was
the
fluid object in your body.
And so when she's finally out or is finally out, you get to feel the cold, like with the loneliness, you know. So I think it also happens for both. But if I was to choose,
if you had to choose
vaginal and CS, I think I'll still go for the normal one, though I've wanted to use...
Let me just tell about CS that some people don't know. You know, with CS, there's something called catheter. You know me, I didn't even... You know, when the anesthesia is put on your body becomes numb. I realized I had anesthesia. In fact, I realized when the nurse was coming to empty that bag.
Oh, you realized you had the catheter?
You don't even realize when you...
Whatever it happens to you.
Or whatever is happening. And then the worst thing is now when it's being removed, you feel some kind of discomfort. Now that's number 2.
Okay.
The third, you have to learn how to walk. There's
because
pain.
The feet have...
Like you are numb, and now the medicine is wearing off. Now you're coming back to reality. Your stomach was operated on. First of all, I realized I had a very big bandage beneath my tummy. Yeah? It's a lot of confusion.
Scary, yeah?
It's scary.
Okay, for me, I said, I would definitely, if I had to make a choice, I would go for a vaginal birth.
Because
but I was saying this time around, can I get an epidural? Like, that's fake. But then again, you know, the epidural also has to go through your spine. And I've been reading, by the way, somewhere they say the effects of that epidural. Sometimes it takes too long to get off your system.
Even me right now, you see, with the anesthesia that was put in my system, like in my body, my stomach is still numb. I mean, beneath my stomach, above that cut. Yeah, it's still numb. I'm not feeling any sense until now. It's still numb in a way. Okay. So whatever, or when someone says that they want to do CS because now
by choice,
because
to avoid labor pain,
they're avoiding labor pain. You don't know what.
No, I once said the epidural, then I read about epidural, the effects, what can go wrong, what not, and then I said, really, let me just face it, because I think I'm rest.
I mean, when it comes to CS, when it's not emergency, don't even go for it. The aftermath, and then plus mgongo, I can't even lift heavy things right now.
And I think that's the same with epidural, because when they inject it on your spine, it takes so much, and you know, your spine is your whole system. Like your body system really depends like 100%.
And then remember, when I was coming from the hospital, now I had the side effects. I had a spine ache that was radiating from my spine, from my how is this bone called? Spinal cord. To the like I wasn't feeling myself. I couldn't even stand upright. It was worse. And then I have a little baby who is depending on me for teeth and everything. I mean, if all things are constant, I can choose vaginal birth.
And did you have issues with your titties?
Yes, I did, because remember, it's my first time.
How long?
How long even up to now? Let me tell you. But at least it's wearing off. It's wearing off, because remember, the thing that is causing pain is because of the pores. They're opening up. It's your first time, so they're opening up, and it's painful.
Mine was worse. Do you know, I almost lost one of my titties. Mine was worse. It was cut. Like, there was just a small...
Yeah, even me, I had a small cut, but the doctors tell you that you have to breastfeed. And the baby sucks. In fact, those... when it's that soft... I mean, maybe they enjoy the sore breast.
Mine, I had to take to the hospital, really. Mine was bad. And every time she breastfed, she would drink blood. Mine was bad. You know, they used to tell me that is how it normally is, just breastfeed.
Or you weren't breastfeeding on that sore breast?
No, it reached a point now I was trying to avoid to breastfeed because my titties was cutting off. Oh. But now, my mom used to come and force me. So when she breastfeeds, blood comes out.
And you had nipples? Me, I had the reverse nipples. Come to think of it. Now, when I was in hospital, let me just tell you. I mean, motherhood is so tough. It's so tough, and this is my experience. It doesn't mean that you'll experience the same.
Yeah.
You're not even scaring you in a way. It's our
but the reality. It's good to know the reality. Yeah, so that you know what to expect.
I didn't have milk. I didn't have breast milk. From day one, I didn't have breast milk. So the baby had to be given glucose because she had diabetes, at least to sustain her. At least in the stomach, she was feeding directly from me. Now, the nurses were telling me I had inverted nipples. So they had to bring it out. Do you know, they use a syringe to suck it off. The pain is from, it's like 101 degrees. Not even 100. 101. And they're forcing it.
That was
like the nurse was like, let me just help you. So me, I thought they were to inject me at least
so that it will come out.
It's then I saw her with the syringe, because I saw her with the syringe. Then she's like, no, mama, we just and then she had to cut off the part where the needle is it.
They removed the syringe. The needle itself.
No, that part where you put the needle. Now on your part, they cut it off so that it inakuwa hollow.
So that they used to. Okay.
That nurse, I think she didn't know what she was doing, because they
But did it work?
Yeah, it worked in a way.
Then she knew what she was doing.
No, it worked, but I kept on doing it because I really sympathized with the baby, because she's trying
because you wanted to really breastfeed.
To suck, but there's nothing.
But did you try to pull your nipples when you're pregnant?
No, I didn't. I didn't know about it.
No, I didn't tell you about that. Maybe you oversaw it, but I really told you about pulling.
But does it really work?
It works. Okay. I also never did it. Okay, that is why
whoever is pregnant do that.
You always told when you're in the shower, you pull them.
Really?
Yeah. So that by the time baby comes, they're ready. You don't have inverted nipples. Yeah,
that can really work for you, because the nurse was insisting the baby has to breastfeed whatever is there. But I'm like, there's nothing. Even if it's water, here there's cholesterol.
Yeah. It's true. I think that was my worst.
The second day one, I had to give the baby naan. I had to buy naan. But luckily enough, we massaged the boobs and milk comes.
Now it comes after some time. I think mine was like a day.
Yeah.
And then later it came. So.
And then something that was shocking me. There's a time nishafika tu kwa nyumba. I didn't know about the milk leaks. I knew that there was something like milk is leaking, yes, perhaps when the baby is milking. But like,
kutoka? I remember there's a guy who asked, is it even normal? My wife's t-shirt is always wet.
Yeah, it's normal by the but
it's normal, especially when you have a lot of milk. You're breastfeeding the baby but she's full. Then akitoka milks.
But what nasemanga, you rather have that milk than kukosa.
You know, it's so new.
Because the baby actually you
feel that you are torturing the baby when you don't have the milk. Yeah.
Very true.
So what we're just trying to say here is it's special having your babies in whatever way, but when you're going for a choice, just be careful and just look at your choice as well before you make a choice. Then after that you regret it later.
You have to look at the consequences.
Yeah, because both of them definitely both of them have consequences. But when it's about choice, I'm still
each and every person has their own. But both vaginal and CS, both of them have side effects, and both of them are painful. So choose whether you have.
And in my language, they say nyolmbala, and that means you never get out of it unscratched.
True.
Having the permanent things that comes with having a baby. So once you had your baby, so whichever way you're going to choose, there's something you have to deal with after having that baby of yours. That's why I think that's the reason for the attachment with babies. Yeah.
But what I can even urge the pregnant, or if you're expecting or will be expecting in future, just get to know, just be open-minded, because you
can and then sometimes when you deny that you're going to have your baby through CS, you could have trauma when you eventually have to do it.
And when the doctor tells you that
you're going for it,
just go for it.
Yeah. At the end of the day, by the way, we need both the mother and baby alive. That is what is important. Because I remember when I was having my baby, that is like 6 years ago, there's a lady, I had my baby in Kisumu, and at home, people have myths, a lot of myths about CS, and nobody would want to go for it. So this lady had labored for more than 10 hours.
Really?
So they were advising her to go for CS. They call it pala. So she was like, no, I can't. People who go there don't come back. The theater is next to the mortuary.
Yeah, because you're trusting yourself.
Eventually, she lost the baby because the baby was tired. But imagine just choosing to go for a CS just to save the both of you, because it's not coming through. I think we just need to know that at the end of the day, what's important is you're having your baby healthy and you are alive.
Very true.
That's all about it.
Yeah, and that's it. We can talk more and more about this, because I feel like I haven't even talked much more about
and I'm so happy that now we are both mothers. And we are talking from where and enjoy the journey. It's real. It's real. Hapo ndo nasemanga it's real.
But ukweli, if you are expecting, usinunue nguo mob za mtoto. Do you know my baby? Most of the clothes that Java na zimemshinda.
What you need to do is don't buy small clothes.
Buy extra big.
I did buy small clothes, and I think I had to be able to bag some clothes. No, I had over prepared, and then I was like, a slay queen. Mtoto wangu watavangu oversize. No. So I was doing this to small wrappers, to small tidy dresses. She never did put them on.
In fact, there's some rompers that my baby hasn't worn, and amezishinda.
They grow so fast. Kids grow so fast. It's true, but it's so beautiful just seeing how she's growing, and she's become chubby, by the way.
Yeah.
Already. Yeah. She eats your milk is good.
I eat right.
That is what they say.
Yes, I eat right.
Thank you guys for watching. Hope you learn a thing or two, and if you have an experience, I know most of you have different experiences.
They can even share with us in the comment
your experience. Let's know, what do you think about having your baby through the vagina and through the CS? And was it a choice? Yeah. Have you ever made a CS choice and you never regretted? Are you regretting that you made such a choice? Let us know.
And then maybe my parting shot, don't judge anybody. Don't judge them, let them just be.
Hata kama wali make choice.
Hata kama wali make choice to have CS, you never know what. When that tunagopanga pain, you never know.
I know, that labor pain is thorough. That thing
is not a kid's job. That thing is thorough.
But one thing we have to remember is, having babies was like a punishment that God gave to women. That is why whichever way you
it's
go,
even written in the Bible.
Whichever way you go, that pain must be
there.
Sure. Thank you for watching. Kindly subscribe. This is Jill and Says. See you in our next video.
Bye.